There we go. All right. If you guys are all at this screen right here, let me close this so we can go back to where we were before. Oh, there we go. Okay. So when you start up SolidWorks, you see just this blank slate, and if you click the home button on this right, you get this little panel here. If you click Welcome to SolidWorks, then you get this little thing. Then you click Learn, Tutorials. Oh, it keeps on jumping to my other screen. All right, and we'll be doing lesson 1 parts. I think that's what you guys need for the AppSci 100 assignment. So you can click the next topic in the bottom right here. And if you want to see where these buttons are and you just click it, it'll just light it up and it'll flash it and it'll tell you exactly where they are. So it can be nice and easy. So what we're making right now is we're making a part, as it says here. Welcome to SolidWorks, and then click. Sorry, you got the text that said "Welcome to SolidWorks" over here, right?
I don't see that creating and saving.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, here let's close this and go back through that one more time. Here, let me just restart SolidWorks. It's nice and easy to see what's going on. I understand this is where a lot of people are having trouble because the assignment just didn't have proper info here. All right, here we go. This is the general SolidWorks window, and you see this Welcome to SolidWorks button in the corner. All right, click that, and then click this Learn button on top.
Oh, learn button. Okay.
Yeah, Learn button, and then Tutorials, and then we're doing. That's the one. I assume that's the one. Could one of you send me the assignment sheet so I can follow along on what they actually want you to do? Just toss it into like general, I guess. I'll take a look. Thanks. I'll wait out. Gotcha. Thanks. Here, let's take a look. Ooh, they let you use Onshape as well. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Get you ready for your project in Module 3. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this... Do you guys have the Module 3 files yet? Gotcha. Okay. I'm just going to go off what I remember. It's going to be a keychain that they ask you to decide. assuming they haven't changed it. So we're just going to design a keychain together once we're done lesson 1. Anyway, lesson 1, just click that one right there. And then on the bottom right, you see this next topic. That's how you progress through these pages. Click that. And then it says click new standard toolbar. I don't know what the standard toolbar is. I'm just going to click this icon and it's going to tell me exactly where I have to click. Click that. And now this is asking what type of part do I want to make. So, what type of file do I want to make? So we have the part file, which is essentially if you want to make, a part. It's a single continuous object. Assembly lets you assemble these single continuous objects. The drawing will let you draw a 2D representation of a 3D object. So just going to click part and I'm going to click OK. Alrighty, you should have gotten to this SolidWorks. This is just the default window. We're going to click Save the standard toolbar. I don't know where that is. I just ask it to tell me where it is. Click Save, and then, I don't know, in desktop, and we're going to save this as Tutor 1. Sure, Tutor 1. Alright, let me know once you guys are saved, and then we can fully get going on this project. Okay, let's go next part. Creating the base. Let's extrude a rectangle with one corner on the origin and dimensioned as shown. Okay. So the way SolidWorks works is essentially you have to make a 2D representation and then apply some sort of transformation to make it a 3D object. There's a lot of options that you have, but generally you're going to be using extruded boss, the revolved boss, or here, let's bring this a bit larger. There's also swept, lofted, and boundary. But generally, if you want to do like simple first year projects, you shouldn't have to go past extruded and revolve. So let's start with extruded. It tells us to click that, and it tells us it's right here. So click that, and then what is it? It's asking for the front plane. So these are the 3 origin planes that SolidWorks has. This is essentially your XY, XZ, and YZ planes from the origin, which is smack in the center. So this is just telling SolidWorks I want to start my drawing on one of these like flat surfaces. So it's asking us to click front, so we're going to click front. Now if you look in this top little corner here, you have a selection of drawing tools. You can draw really whatever you want. You can be like, hey, I want an arc like that, and then I want that to connect to this little ellipse like here. And then you can start making your own files and stuff. This is not what we want right now. Right now, by the way, if you want to navigate this, if you click middle click and you drag around, you get to rotate. And you can see what you're looking at with this little indication on the bottom. So I'm clicking middle click, and this will revolve it around the center point. If I press shift middle click, it'll zoom. If I press control middle click, it'll pan. So it all has to do with middle click. Anyway, so now we have the corner rectangle. It's essentially a rectangle that's defined by its corners. You can use it to define it by its center if you want to center it, or just continue with this. And then it just tells us to make a rectangle. So we don't have to be exact, so I'm just going to toss it somewhere over here. If you press space, you get this little menu, I guess. And if you click the surface you want to look at, it'll line it up. So it's nice and easy to work with. What's the next step? Let's see. Release. Yeah, okay. So I clicked, and then I clicked. And then once I'm done, I can press escape, or I can press enter, or I can press whatever. Escape. And it should be done. Now you want to dimension the base because you've just given it a shape, but the program doesn't know what size this shape is yet. So you can click select and I'll really follow it through. But we're going to use the smart dimension tool here. See this little blinky symbol? So if I click that and I click that I want to dimension this line, it'll let me dimension it. But let's say I want to dimension this and this. You can just click the two and it'll dimension between those two. But for the purposes of this little assignment, we're going to go with 120 millimeters and 120 millimeters. Go smart dimension, click there, and I'm going to click it down. And it's going to ask us how many millimeters do you want this? And we're going to type in just 120 and we're going to hit enter. It's now 120 millimeters. Now we want the same to this side, so I'm just going to do the same. So I click smart dimension, click the line, tell it where to place the dimension, and type in 120. Let's say you messed up somewhere and you started up a metric. You started up an imperial file, and everyone knows imperial is objectively the wrong way to do things. Anything, it's just always wrong. So if you want to use metric in your imperial file, you can simply type in exactly what you want in any units, and SolidWorks will just take care of it. So if I want this to be like 1 inch, I just type in 1 inch, and it makes it 1 inch. But we want this 120, so I'm just going to Control Z that one away. Anyway, so now we have our two dimensions. So this is now a square. And if you look at the bottom, right here, it says it's fully defined. What this means is that there's no part in this that I can, here, if I go back to the select tool. Where did I leave the select tool? Right here. Okay. There's no part on here that I can pick up and drag. If I was missing any of these dimensions, I could drag it around. But if it's fully defined, that means we can't, which means this is good. You want things to be fully defined. And we're going to hit next. And we have extruding the base. So we're going to click exit sketch here. And now it's going to ask us, how far do you want this pop down? You can see a little convenient scale on the bottom. But we can, over here, we can simply choose, I want it to be 30. So 30, enter. There's different end conditions and options you have here, plus these little icons. If you want to push it to the other if you want to push it to the other direction, you can click this reverse direction button. You can also set other endpoints, so you can say I want it up to the mid plane, or I want it up to this other part that I've made, or I want it 5 centimeters from this plane. It can handle all of that for you relatively easily. So you can hit 30 millimeters. Is that all? That is all. Okay. Hit check mark. Now it says click shaded with edges on the view toolbar. View. Oh, that's not the one, is it? Ah, there we go. Shaded with edges. This is give us a little realistic looking object. But we want it to look fancier. So if we go to our render tools here, you can either buy a Quadro graphics card, or you can mod the files for a GTX graphics card. And what that'll let you do is you can click, where is it? Photo View 360. It's generally an option here. I don't know where I left mine. Oh, is it here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it's just integrated preview. And we're going to go continue without either. And it'll give us a little quick rendering of what's going on. Wow, it looks so realistic. Okay, I'm going to turn that off before my computer gets cooked. And now, we've hit OK. We've changed to shading. Now we need to add another boss. This is just a simple circle that we're going to toss in the center, popped out 25. So I'm going to go back to extruded boss base. So that's in features, extruded. I'm going to click this surface because this is the surface we want to start drawing on. So you click that. And click normal to. I've never used this. Okay, I guess we'll click normal to so we can see the surface. Other options are middle click or use the spacebar. You can now go to sketch, circle, and just draw it. Let's creep it. Move the pointer to click near the center of the face. Okay. Oh, I see. So it's going to come back to it to place it. So I'm going to make it really far from the center because it's going to be obvious that we need to correct it. So what I did was I clicked there and I clicked there, and now we have a circle. Now we can click Smart Dimension again. We're just going to tell it I want this to be this dimension. So that's this tool right here. That, and this needs to be, what, 70? So 70, and we're already in millimeters. Now, this thing needs to be centered. It's kind of annoying if this thing isn't in the center, right? So you can move it around. You can try and hope that wherever you move it is going to be the center. Or you can just tell SolidWorks, I want this to be in the center. And the way you would do that is by adding smart dimensions or by adding constraints. So you can, here, you can click add relation, and I can say that I want this to be between this and this evenly. And you can click check mark and it'll handle it, but we're not going to go with that for now. So I'm hitting escape. Let's follow how they tell you to do it. So this is 120 by 120, so you know that half of 120 is 60. So you can just tell I want the difference between that center point and this wall to be 60. And I want the distance from this center point to this wall. Oh, sorry. Let's retry that one. The center point to this wall. I want that to be 60. And if you look on the bottom, we have fully defined. Now let's say I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing, and I think, hey, let's make this stay this, 70. So I click that, and this comes up. What a driven dimension means is it's essentially a label. It's just telling you exactly what it is instead of forcing the sketch to be what you've told it to be. So if you want to just see what a dimension is, you can make it driven. Or if you want, you can make it driving. So if I click driving and I make this, actually, here, there we go. We got the over-defined warning. So what this means is you've put in too much. You've given it too much information and now it can't solve an image for you. So we're just going to undo that and be happy with this fully defined image. Now you have extruding the boss. So we're going to click this exit and then middle click to rotate so we see what's going on instead of this weird trimetric button. And it's asking us to extrude it 25. And you can go right here, type in 25, check mark, and there we go.
So how do you extrude again?
Extrude? Sorry. What step are you on?
So I've centered the circle.
You've centered the circle. Okay, exit the sketch. There's a little arrow in the corner where my mouse is currently hovering.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so that'll exit the sketch and it should automatically be in an extruded boss base.
No. It's black.
Gotcha. So it's just a circle drawn on the face, yeah? Okay, so if you, yes, it's, bring it out 25, yeah. Are you good?
Sorry, I'm still figuring it out.
Sure. Tell me what you see. Okay.
Oh, and I think I just dragged my circle.
Okay. Here, let's scroll this back a bit. So we have our off-center circle here, yeah? Do you see this? Can you drag it around?
Select tool and then
Okay.
find or something or that weird one.
Yeah. Did you give it dimensions between this and the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, so you already have here. Let me. Oh, can I redo? Okay, now I'm just gonna have to catch up. Fun. Right. So I'm just gonna make this 60. 60. Oh, that's wrong. 60. So now do you have something resembling this?
Now it just won't let me do that. So I click smart dimension.
Oh,
Square, and then I try to find it on the center of the circle. And it just doesn't let me.
interesting. Okay. Are you, do you see this exit sketch button in the corner? Because you might not be in the sketch.
I am in the sketch, yeah.
Okay. Send me a screenshot through DMs and I can figure out what's going on.
Could I share my screen?
Oh, sure, yeah. That works. So do I have to turn off? Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Do I have to stop streaming for that?
I'm not sure. I think you could just come in and look at mine.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see what happened here. Okay. So if you see, we're going to exit the sketch. So you say on the top left, it says exit. Yep. So, and if you look at the very left here, you have this set of, these are the features. It's called feature browser, the part browser, whatever you want to call it. There's, I forget what SolidWorks does. Feature manager design tree. Okay. So we're looking at the feature manager design tree here. And if you look on the left, you have a bunch of sketches, planes, and your initial boss extrude. So if you see that sketch 3, you're just going to double click on that.
Oh, so now can I recenter the circle? Or
No, double click. Yeah, it should join the sketch. Or, okay, try right clicking it and clicking that edit sketch button. It's the very first icon on the top left. Higher. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now you have your editable sketch. So if you want to make edits to it, that's how you get back to it. All right. Now we're gonna hit. You already have the dimensions on here, so that shouldn't. Oh, is it not centered? Okay, can you zoom into that center, please? Huh. Odd.
is it centered?
I think you clicked the wrong thing when centering it on. Because those are two distinct points. Actually, no, I think it is centered. Never mind. No, we're good. We're gonna click exit sketch here.
Got it.
I'm going to go to features,
And then extruded boss face.
extruded boss face, and then we're going to click the very outline of this. There you go. Yeah. There you go. And then we're looking at 25 millimeters.
Okay. And then do I just hit enter or?
Yep. You can hit enter. You can hit check mark. You can do some weird. I think your block is also a bit too thick. We're going to click. You see that boss extrude, the one in your design tree or whatever? Yeah. Right click that. And the very first one, it says edit feature. Yeah. There we go. You see that dimension on the very left? Very left on like, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, and just type in uh 30 millimeters. Units don't matter. It'll automatically fix it. There we go. And hit check mark and you're done. You have caught up.
Thank you.
All good, no problem. Right. Oop, that's a stop streaming button. Whoops. Is my stream working now? Okay, it is. Nice. So now we have this circle and this block. I'm just going to pause for a second here if anybody has any questions. Recenter the circle. Okay, here, let's toss a bunch of undos at it. So do you see something along the lines of this? Okay, here, let's get rid of this dimension as well. Oh, I did bad things. What's going on? Okay, that's gone. Can you move the circle around freely? Okay. So now all we're going to do is we're going to tell it it's going to be a certain dimension from the edges. So you click the Smart Dimension button in the top left. Click this very center of that circle. It should show you a colored dot. And hit one of these edges. And then you place this dimension wherever you want. This is just a label. So I put that label there, and I say it's going to be 60 millimeters. And now I do the same for the vertical dimension. So I click that, place the label here, and I write 60 millimeters. And then click extruded, or if it's already extruding, just go along with it. And then this should be 25 millimeters out. Any other questions? That sounds like no questions. All right, I'm going to keep moving then. Making the hole. Alrighty. So now it's asking you to do the extruded cut. So what this lets you do is essentially cut. It's the negative function of the extruded boss. So what this does is it removes the shape in the same manner that an extruded boss would create. So you click extruded cut, and you can click normal to here. And then click circle, and you're going to try and approximately center it. Oh, interesting. It's supposed to let us automatically center. Here, I'm gonna jump back a few steps. Let's see if it works again. Extruded cut. Here. Okay, it's not clicking on this iteration for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna go through the long method. So you just make a circle somewhere, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna approximately center it. And what you're gonna say is, I want a constraint on this. I want to click this top here, click add relation. Here, escape, sorry. Let's try it one more time. Add relation, this outside circle, and the inside circle. And I want them to be concentric. So it lines it up perfectly. Wow, that's pretty convenient. And once you're done, you can just hit OK. And you have a centered circle. Now, you're working with something that's very movable. You don't want it to be movable. You want it to be defined, not underdefined. Now it's asking for a whole size, which is 50. Click Smart Dimension, click the circle, and we're going to keep it at 50 millimeters. Hit check mark. Now we're going to exit the sketch. Sorry, next slide here. Exit the sketch. And then you want it to go through all of it. So you can drag, and you can be like, this is about through all of everything. But you can also tell SolidWorks I want it through all. Nice and easy. And you hit check mark, and there you go. Have a hole in this part. Gonna pause for a second if we have any questions.
Sorry, I can get to the extruded cut. I don't see that circle in the video.
If you click sketch, and you see this right here, it says circle.
I don't have access to that. It's like grayed out.
All right, could you share your screen again?
Start back.
Oh, okay. Hit escape, because you had that sketch selected. So now we go to features, top left, extruded cut on the top. Select the top of this circle.
This?
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, so what did I have? What was happening?
You were in another sketch before. So what it thought you were doing was extruding with that same sketch you previously made.
Oh,
Yeah. So what you're doing now is you're in a new sketch. And if you see that SolidWorks tutorials window on the right, and you click the next topic, bottom right, way to your bottom right, like it's in the SolidWorks tutorials window.
oh,
Yeah, yeah. Next topic again. And if you click the extruded cut, like that little icon there, it'll tell you exactly where it is.
okay.
Yeah. So you already clicked that, and now you can click the normal 2 icon, and this will just let it center. There we go. And now you can click the circle, and it'll tell you exactly where the circle is. The circle in the icon in the tutorials window.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. And now it should let it lock to the center. Yeah, there you go. And you want it to be something, and then you can set it to 50 once you're done. Don't edit it there, because that might be the radius.
Oh. What do I want it to be diameter?
Yes. So we're going to click check mark for the circle. That's not the check mark. Top left. Yeah. And now we're going to click smart dimension. Click the outside of that circle. Outside of circle, yeah. Put, yeah. Click the label, set it down somewhere, and then 50 millimeters.
Oh.
That's 50 meters.
Oh, whoops. So I have to. Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the very left, it says 50 and just add another M there. There you go. All right, check mark on the top left. Confirm your action, and then on the very top you see exit sketch. And now, yeah, so you can use middle click to move it around and see where you're cutting. And you want it to cut all the way through. So we're going to go to the left. You can, that should be good, but it's good practice if you go to right under direction 1 where it says blind.
Okay.
On the very left. Very left, yeah. Up, yeah, blind, and now click that and click through all. There you go.
And then the check mark?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again.
Yeah, no problem. You are caught up. Alrighty, now we're going to add some fillets. Fillets are curved edges on things. So you have a sharp edge and you want to make it a rounded edge. That's what a fillet does. It also has a sister function called chamfer, which does a 90-degree cut on it, or any other degree really. But what it does is it just chops off the sharp edge. It's good if you're making real parts. So now we're going to go to, where are we going to go? Let's see. You can go to fillet. So if you click that, fillet's right there. Under fillet type, it says constant size fillet, and we already have that. Set radius to 5. So we go here, click 5. Under items to fillet, select full preview. What? Oh, okay, it's already selected. And what is it asking you to do? Do the 4 corners and the face? Why would you want to do the face? Okay, sure. Let's click this face right here. And then the 4 corners. So you got 1 corner, 2nd corner, 3rd corner, and 4th corner. So a nice little rounded part. And you just click check mark. You have a curved part. Go next. Now we can do the fillets on this little surface right here. So this one needs to be 1.5 millimeters. So fillet once again, 1.5 millimeters. Click this face right here, and then hit check mark. Now you have a relatively smooth looking object. Ooh, even smoother. Alright, I'm going to pause for a second. Hearing no questions, I'm going to get going. Now we're going to shell the part. Interesting. Okay. What shell does is it's essentially making a shell of the part. Yeah, I know it's not hard, but this is how you hollow out anything. So if you want to make, like, say, a water bottle, you can design a solid part, like a filled-in water bottle, and then click the shell function. And what the shell function will do is it'll just make it hollow. It's asking me to save, so I'm going to save. Now, click the shell button. Oh, where could the shell button be? It's right here. Click that. It's asking for a thickness of 2. They just type in 2 millimeters for the thickness parameter. Click this, because this is the one face you want to keep empty, right? So if you're making a water bottle, what would be the face that you keep empty? I'm gonna wait for an answer. Unlike your profs, I have all day. So if you're designing a shell, which is going to be,
The circular area around the water bottle, around the cylinder, since you want the insides to be empty.
you would not.
It's not that way. Wait, which face do you select again? Another confused about that.
Okay, so what the face selection does is if you don't select any face, it'll make the entire thing hollow without any holes in it. So it'll keep a nice enclosed surface, right? So when you're making a water bottle and you select the top circle, what it'll do is it'll make a hole so you can actually drink from the container, right?
Yeah.
So that's what selecting the face does. So for this object, if we select this face, it's going to make a hole where the face is.
So you just want the tip on the top where you want it big, basically.
Exactly, yeah. Problem. Thanks for answering.
I mean, I got it wrong.
I mean, getting it wrong is fine. You gotta learn, right? It's better than sitting around in awkward silence and being like, oh, hopefully somebody else answers for me.
Yeah.
Here we go. Creating a section view of the part. Okay. So let's say you've made a hollow part and you want to see on the inside of this part, but you can't because you don't have X-ray vision. Well, you do have X-ray vision, but we're gonna pretend you don't have X-ray vision. You can click this section view right here. And what this lets you do is you can be like, I want to look on the inside of this part. Be like, wow, just like right there. And you can like take a look and be like, whoa, this was hollow. That's pretty cool. But this is, you can hit save and it's there, and you can turn it off with this little button in the corner. You can flip it on and off to take a look on the inside of your part. But it's only a graphical thing. That's very important. It's not something that'll stick to your part. So don't use it to ever cut your part in half because it won't work. It's just for you to take a look on the inside, or if you want to present the inside of something. Now we got the editing features. Why would I want to edit features? Sounds pretty annoying, but we're gonna do it anyway. Edit the base feature. So if we click on this, what's it called? The feature manager design tree. So if we click on boss extrude here, it gives us a bunch of options. It's like, hey, these are the dimensions you chose. And if I really want, it's asking to change it to 50. Interesting. So I'm going to click this 30. I'm going to double click that. And we're going to change this to a 50. And you'd be like, hey, I changed it to 50 and nothing happened. It's still 30. So what you do is you ask it to rebuild. You can tell it like, it's your control R, it's a refresh button. Click that. There we go. Now it's asking to modify the base fillets. Interesting. I'm going to skip this because it's the same process. Click this, fucking edit feature. I want this one to be 10 millimeters. Wow. It's 10 millimeters now. So you can change it if you want. I'm not going to because I don't really see a purpose. But you can, here, if you go to this edit feature, you can also delete parts. So let's say I don't want to do this front face. Right click, delete. Now it's only the corners. Change the radius to 10. We go 10 millimeters. And now we have rounded corners and the face isn't rounded. Now it's asking to recreate face fillets again. Why? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, you can bring this rollback bar up. So what this lets you do is it lets you pretend something hasn't happened so you can edit something. Like this is your time warp essentially. You can say I want to go back to a time before this shell existed. And then the shell suddenly doesn't exist. Go back to current day, and it does. I guess you can do these things if you want. I don't really care, so I'm going to skip them. Like these are just exercises so you understand that you can right click this, click edit, and change whatever you want about things you've already done. Which is important. That's how you change things. There's always a question on your AppSci 100 and 101 finals that it's like, what is the correct way to edit this? Or like, what is the best way to edit this? And it's never to add a new part. I can't stress that enough. Please, please, please don't stack like edits on top of edits on top of edits. Just go to things you've already done, right click, and edit feature. It's all you need to do. You don't need to extrude it one more time. You don't need to unfillet it with some super insane function and then try and refillet it. Not a problem. Just click the edit button. Now, adding a realistic appearance. Wow, that looks pretty cool. Tools, customize commands. Okay, let's see how this works. Tools. Is there a customize button here? I've never done this before, and they certainly won't test you on this, so it's more of a fun thing. Tools, what? Is it tools here? No. Oh, gotcha, yeah. Customize commands, real view. What? Under buttons. Under category, select view. Where? I'm so lost. Categories. Oh, view, right here. Then we look for the real view. That's the one. Drag it to the view toolbar. You know, it's here now. It's in my MBD toolbox. And you know, it's already on for me, but you can click it. It'll work. I think I mentioned this before, but SolidWorks likes Quadro cards because they're a corporate hack of a company. Most people really should not buy Quadro cards because most laptops and all that have GTXs. They're good if you want to do very specific things, like you know you work for Tesla and you really want CAD skills. And for most people, you don't need them. So what you can do for SolidWorks is you can go into the registry and tell SolidWorks that, like, hey, I have a Quadro card. I know I don't actually have a Quadro card, but I have a Quadro card. And SolidWorks just listens because what's it going to do? It's a dumb program. Sorry, could you repeat that?
You added the config files, I think, right? You're like, I have a Quadro card, this is all work.
Yeah, yeah. It's in your registry is what you have to do. So I mean, you can look it up online. There's tons and tons of videos. It's like maybe 10 minutes worth of work. It'll also make your SolidWorks faster if that's something you want.
I'll do that. Thank you.
No problem. Got the part name. Oh, we can attach some materials. Let's do that. That sounds like fun. Into material. Part name. Right click. Is there material option? Oh, there is material option. Material. Edit material. What's something fun we can? It's asking for chrome stainless steel, but I don't want chrome stainless steel. By the way, if you're designing things that are like real and stuff, you can actually use this and have like thermal properties and physical properties, and you can run simulations. You can be like, if I sit on this part, will it break? And it'll tell you. Sustainability extras. What's a good sustainable? I don't care. Let's find pure gold. That's something cool. Hit apply and then close. And you can be like, hey, this doesn't really look like gold, and you tell it to look like gold, and then it looks like gold. Oh, my eyes are bleeding. And that's all. That's congratulations. You have completed this tutorial. Now, you guys have a quiz to do. I'm going to stop this recording now.